personal Twitter handle of Prime Minister Narendra Modi was briefly hacked. While the account was restored shortly after, a tweet promoting cryptocurrency had already been shared from the handle and was later deleted. Before the account was restored, a tweet was shared with a URL on Prime Minister Modi's timeline which read, "India has officially adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. The government has officially bought 500 Bitcoins and is distributing them to all residents of the country." In September 2020, the Twitter account of Prime Minister Modi's personal website was hacked and tweets soliciting cryptocurrency were posted. Urvashi is joining me on the broadcast for the story. Now, Urvashi, a lot has happened in the past 12 hours. Take us through it.
Well, it was around 2:24 a.m. on December 12 when Prime Minister Narendra Modi's official account got compromised, as what we understand from information that PMO did share later on. And as soon as by 2:24 a.m. when this particular tweet came out about Bitcoins becoming legal tender, we had seen that there were several people which actually went ahead and thought that yes, this seems to be that the account has been hacked. Also, some felt that probably there's a kind of news or so, and it is a bit of confusion. But then later on, PMO's Twitter handle did went ahead and cleared that how it was compromised, and during that very particular brief period, whatever the tweets were there, that was from the hacker and not from the official handle of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. You very correctly pointed out, this is not the first time that it has happened. In the similar fashion for cryptocurrency itself, it was in the month of September in year 2020 when this similar kind of tweet, or rather similar kind of message was sent on that very particular page of Prime Minister Narendra Modi that was there. And we do understand and see that currently it's the Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology and Insert that is right now looking at the more depth of investigation about how and in which way things happen, and who's the person behind this particular hacking. But then certainly the way things are seen, it also the experts or several people do go ahead and say, because India has kept and went ahead with a very strong opinion on cryptocurrency, and we all, as everyone is waiting for cryptocurrency bill, this seems to be more of a revenge kind of lines that are seen from the people who are in favor of cryptocurrency and against that. Government of India is going to take a very stern and firm rules and regulations for cryptocurrency. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself in one of the addresses and also later on has went ahead and expressed his concern and worry about the youngsters with respect to the future, with respect to the cryptocurrency, looking at the high promising but vague advertisements, and also the way vague whole dark net is about cryptocurrency. So there needs to be some strict regulation, and while Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been time and again stressing on the point that how regulation is required, we see that this such kind of tweets certainly give a kind of brief idea that how there are people from the dark net who are against this firm move and seems to be going ahead with such actions. But then it was today morning, early morning, 2:24 a.m. when the tweet came out, when people realized that the account seems to be compromised. And later on, now the account has been restored though, and investigations are on from the side of Ministry of Information and Technology.
All right. Khushbu Jain is joining me on the broadcast for this story. Now, Khushbu, Prime Minister Modi's Twitter account hacked not just once but twice. How concerning is this situation?
It's absolutely concerning. See, one has to understand that we are talking about a prominent account of a country where one message can have a repercussions, can have a ripple effect, which cannot be altered at the later stage. Kind of endorsement. If you look at the latest message also, it's soliciting Bitcoin, 500 Bitcoin. Now, imagine if some other messages come which has an effect and people start investing into it, or people start believing into it. There can be a law and order situation. There can be anything and everything. So it's really an alarming situation, because these important prominent handles have a huge fan base, and there is a belief, and it's an institution we are talking about. It's a position we are talking about where people believe. So at least there should be some level of security or some level of triple layer, whereas prominent government departments or leadership are concerned.
Absolutely. This certainly raises questions on data security, because if Prime Minister Modi's Twitter account can be hacked, then how secure are actually our accounts from hackers and scammers?
Hacking is here to stay. Attacks are there, breaches are happening. These criminals have different modus operandi every time they come with new nuances of crime, attacking and everything. We have to have double surety over there. Plus these platforms also need to have a triple layer of security. But nonetheless, criminals are pretty smart nowadays, so we cannot say that we'll be completely attack free. But at the same time, whereas these handles, whereas at least officials are concerned, there should be some triple layer of security, and nonetheless for us also.
Right. When you mention triple layer security, what steps are actually included in these 3 steps, which all platforms, not just Twitter, but all platforms need to implement?
See, there are standards which are there whereas security aspect is concerned, but whereas I'm talking about the specific handles, there can be something, specifically handles which are there. When you go for a blue tick, you can have a security layer there also, that how things are changing, or I don't know, the security changes has to come in place in their system. They have to be updated with extra precaution, with extra layer of security. Whereas their internal security is concerned, nonetheless, they should also be a little more vigilant. Whereas these handles are concerned, if some password change is happening of these specific prominent ones, there should be some contradictory email where things should go, or there should be some level of it.
All right. What are the lessons that we need to learn from these experiences? Because this is not the first time that this has happened, and it's not just happened with Narendra Modi, but also other global leaders like Barack Obama, Joe Biden and others.
Absolutely. So one is, even when you're seeing a message from prominent leaders, in case you feel like following, if it's too good to be true, or if it's too fearful, have a cross-check, wait a little, look around. There are a lot of fact-checking which are available nowadays. Recently, things come up on the search engines. So have a checking over there if you're believing in that and taking action, believing in those messages. A, B, whereas your personal accounts are concerned, be a little more vigilant there. Also, keep checking if somebody has made another account of yours, or somebody has done something. Keep on changing your password every 1 month, because so many breaches are happening at different platforms that we tend to keep same passwords for different platforms. And if one breach happens somewhere and your passwords are compromised, the same can have an effect on this one. So keep changing your passwords, have different passwords for different platforms, and keep looking into it. And I hope the way they have escalated and changed the passwords took an action, whereas Narendra Modi's account was concerned, the same way, quick way, they could do it for everybody else.
Absolutely. Khushbu, thank you for joining us on the broadcast. Now, at this point, I'm also joined with Vikram here, who's a cryptocurrency expert. Now, Vikram, what needs to be done at this point? Because as we all know that the cryptocurrency bill is under works, but these scams continue to happen. What needs to be done to actually stop these scams?
Well, thank you for the invitation. Basically, the cryptocurrency and this hack is a totally different thing. But the main thing that is the serious concern for the IT and all other related agencies, because it's a account hacked of Prime Minister of Narendra Modi. It's not Narendra Modi, it's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So it's the biggest person in India at this moment, if you can say. So this is a challenge at this moment, if you can say, that this kind of the hacks happened, it will happen, and it will be continue. But this will be give a footprint for the cyber security companies to act them more and more advanced. Now, the concern about the cryptocurrency have to be regulated, I think, because if if the government is not in favor, then these kind of the activity will be continue and they have to be eliminated in practical. So the cryptocurrency, if is legalized, then most of the persons will save their funds in Indian exchanges or which is centralized, part of this decentralized exchanges. So these decentralized exchanges can say be out of India, anywhere instead of India. So those are decentralized exchanges where they cannot be tracked. So these exchanges will be create a problem, will be a hurdle for the government of India. So I think we have to choose a way that I can say flexible way by which government of India can take play, bring new laws which is more confident for the users and the investor side. Yeah.
All right. I'm also joined by Jitendra Jain at this point, who's a cybersecurity expert. Now, Mr. Jitendra, this is a classic example of cryptocurrency being a bane as well as boon. With more and more people investing in cryptocurrency, how far can cryptocurrency be regularized?
Look, in any country, issuing currency is the right of a sovereign government or the central bank of that country. So far as the Bitcoin as a legal tender is concerned, I think it should be invalidated, it should be banned, it should not be declared and it should not be accepted as a legal tender. But so far as Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is treated as a commodity or an asset, I think government should be okay with that and they should try and regulate it and tax it. So we have to distinguish the role of a crypto as a currency and as a commodity. So as a currency should be banned, but as a commodity or an asset, it should only be taxed but not banned.
Right. This is not the first time that this has happened. This has happened with Prime Minister Modi earlier as well and multiple leaders. So what should we learn from these experiences and incorporate in the bill that is under works?
Cryptocurrency and all those is a separate issue. Prime Minister's account being hacked today is a very separate issue. On the issue of Prime Minister's account being compromised, I think it is a mischief which has to be investigated at the highest level. And whether it has happened by compromising Prime Minister's account or whether someone has compromised Twitter's API or Twitter's office and then taken over his credentials, one has to see. And is the Prime Minister's only account being hacked, or there are other accounts which has been hacked with the government of India or other global leaders? So this is a very serious issue which has to be investigated in detail, and I think it is too premature to comment on that at this stage.
All right. Can we actually trace this?
And I'm sure Twitter must be cooperating with the government of India on this issue.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.